And what is that saying? Why is it saying that? Okay, there we go. What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Welcome back to another live chat. I am your host, Max, and today we're going to go over Coach Prime press conference and go over whatever news we got going on for today. So there's still talk about Coach Prime and his Texas A&M job. That's because of Stephen A. Smith. He already said that he's not interested in the Texas A&M job, and it wouldn't even make sense anyway. But with he did talk about future speculation, but he said, "I'm here now." You know, he didn't say I'm here forever. He said, "I'm here now." He said, "I'm here now," and let me just okay. He said, "I'm here now." And so, yeah, man, he don't know what the future is going to hold. He could, at some point, go somewhere else. But right now, I know, because if he was to take the Texas A&M job, let's say if they offer him, let's say if they just break the bank and offer him a lot of money. Well, he got to think about something. Travis Hunter will have to sit out a year. Shador will have to sit out a year. And a host of others will have to sit out a year. So that he's not doing. He damn sure, I would be surprised if he did, but he's not going to do that. It's just too much that he's building right now in the short term. You know, he's going into the Big 12 next year. And he's going into the Big 12 next year, and that's just what it is. They should improve next year. They're going to bring in some more components to the personnel that they already have. And so we're going to see what they do there. Before I get into his press conference, let's see what else is going on. They did identify the suspects in the Colorado locker room theft at the Rose Bowl. They were some recruits from UCLA. And this story had already broke a couple weeks ago. Actually, somebody had broke this story a day after it happened. Well, not a day after it happened, maybe a couple days after it happened. Somebody said that it was a couple of recruits that was responsible for the Rose Bowl incident. And so we already knew that it was somebody from the Rose Bowl. I mean, one of the recruits that did it. But Coach Prime addressed that in his weekly press conference. He said he don't want to, harp on, blow this all out of proportion. These kids made a terrible, what did he say? He said they made we're going to listen to it. He said they made a mistake. It wasn't a mistake. They made a bad decision. That wasn't a mistake. They wanted to rob that place. So that wasn't a mistake. They just made a bad decision. And you don't know. They could be connected to the street, stuff like that. But my question is, how did they get access to that locker room without somebody seeing them? Inside job. This was coordinated. That's just what I want to say about it. It was coordinated. And it was a coordinated attack. And there you have it. And the Coach Prime also said, some people said they shouldn't be wearing their chains and stuff like that. He said we're going to get into that, and I'm going to give my reaction to it. But you got to be aware. You got to be aware of the situation that you're in. You got to be aware of the situation that you're in. You got to take your own security. If you're going to wear the jury, there's nothing wrong with wearing jury, but you got to be mindful of your environment. That Rose Bowl is near, is not too far from it's a sketchy area. And you just have to be mindful of that and bring your own security. You got to bring your own security, because people out here, as OG once told me, the wolves got to eat. And if they see you shining and stuff like that, it's nothing to rob you right there in broad daylight. They don't care. That's just the climate we're in right now. But you still should be allowed to wear your nice jewelry and your nice neck piece and stuff like that without worrying about it not being there when the game is over, you know. But it happened. They can learn from it, bring your own security to watch the locker room, and that's it. That's pretty much all you got to do. Bring your own security to watch the locker room. So without further ado, I'm going to get into this press conference. Let's see. If I can hear it.
Fort Lauderdale sociology. Jaden Milner-Jones, freshman, Minnesota, Texas, integrative psychology. Physiology. You know, I can't read real well. Final home attendance, 6 games, average sellout. First time in CU history, we average over 53,000. School records broken. Our wonderful punter, Mark, had 3 punts inside the 10, 2 inside the 5, which is unbelievable. Now he has 11 punts this season inside the 10 and 5 inside the 5, both the school records. Mikey got his 5th touchdown pass of the season, set a new record for the most touchdowns by a walk-on, which is unbelievable. Shador surpassed 10,000 career, 3,000 in the season. Milestones once again. He is just the 3rd CU quarterback to surpass 3,000 yards. Travis, 117 snaps. Top 5 game CU history with snaps from scrimmage. Offensive line, this is per Football Focus. Last week's season low quarterback sacks. I think it was 3 documented, but they only computed 1 with their, so it might have been a coverage sack or whatever, which is unbelievable. So that was 11 pressure, season best block efficiency, and best overall pass block grade of 73%. That was unbelievable. Turnover margin, CU ranks 3rd in the nation in turnover margin with 18 forced turnovers on defense, 7 turnovers lost on offense, which is incredible. CU's plus 11 margin is blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I just like to remind you that we are making progress. Oh, my phone was recording everything. It's good. All right, 1 second. Let me erase this and we can go. How's everyone doing today?
Good.
Good. I'm doing great also. You know, sometimes life throws so much at us. We're so pressed about what's transpiring in our life right then. We forget how blessed we are. We really do. And I'm extremely blessed. Might not be where we want to be, but we ain't where we used to be. In all facets of life, and we're extremely blessed. So let's start with that. Now let's go and start with the bull jump. Let's go and get it out of the way, because I'm just talking about I'm blessed, so I know the devil's gonna strike you. Let's go.
I like how you look at me.
Yeah, let's go.
So I'm just
Yeah, I agree with that. They not where they were yet last year. It's definitely a different team, a new look team, and they won more games than they did last year. So that is a 100% success. Okay, even though I believe they're like kind of last in the Pac-12, I believe, and that's not good. That was no improvement from last year actually, but overall they did make an improvement. They had some talent on that team, and a lot of the games that they lost, they could have been in contention to win that game. So they right there, you know. And it's still, the season's still pending. They still got 2 games left. 1 game Friday against Washington State, and then we know the last game is tough. It's also an away game at Utah. So both of these games are going to be tough. The Utah game is going to be a little tougher than the Washington State game, in my opinion. But I said again, they're going to have to find a way to use their personnel that they have. They haven't done that really this year. They haven't utilized it to its full potential. You know what I thought was going to happen in the season? I thought they were going to switch people in and out and keep fresh bodies on the field and get all their talent in. They haven't done that. They haven't done that. You know, they haven't. in my opinion, their running backs, they could have used some of their running backs a little bit more than they have. And quite frankly, if they don't do that, if they don't you use their running backs like they're supposed to in this game, they're gonna lose, man. They gotta use their running backs. They can't be one dimensional. Now, if the passing game is working and they're scoring in bunches, then so be it. But you can't win every game like that on this level. So hopefully they utilize the running backs that they have left. We know that Alton McCaskill is redshirting, but I don't know. I don't know if he's gonna stay, man. I'm gonna have to wait and see what he does in the offseason. We're gonna see. We're going to be watching him and a few other people in the offseason to see what they actually do. But for right now, it looks like he's coming back. And I'm also curious to see what they're gonna get in the transfer portal again. But this roster overhaul and the way everything was done, there was a drastic improvement than compared to last year. I mean, anything compared to last year is a success anyway, as long as you win more than one game. And they did that. They won 4. So, but they're still at the bottom of the Pac-12 though, leaving the Pac-12. So that wasn't a success at all. And that's just what the numbers say on paper.
Sean, go ahead.
Got my devil read for you.
No, you're not devil. You're not the devil. I would never say that.
That's all right.
No, you're not the
My
devil.
dad's a priest, bro.
Priest?
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
I know you never believe it.
No, that's wonderful.
Books in the cupboard, like you said, books in the cupboard.
Gotta throw you off, huh?
That's right. Oh,
You want the first one?
no, Nikki, you go.
Okay, go ahead.
Nikki's nice.
Well, on the topic of controversial topics,
Controversial. What controversy do we have around here? We don't have any controversy around here.
Stephen A. Smith, Texas A&M, said primetime Deion Sanders in the SEC.
So it's controversial when Stephen A talks?
No, but
Okay.
he says that needs to happen. Just your thoughts on the Texas A&M coaching vacancy?
I want to win. I want to win a game. So you think I really do sit down and think about that kind of stuff? Like what strikes me about that, about myself, that you guys really think I sit down and say, yeah, Stevie, yeah. Like, come on, I'm good. Like, we gotta win. Let's focus on this week, and we play Friday, so we lose a day of practice. So we gotta focus.
Hi, Coach Adam, Mr. Tiger, 24/7
How you doing,
Sports.
sir?
Outside of a win, what do you want to see specifically out of your team going back out on the?
So he addressed that Stephen A situation. He said it's really not anything to address. We're just worried about winning right now. And that's true. He's not worried about what Stephen A. Smith had to say. He knows Stephen A. Smith just doing his job. He just he doing stuff to get clicks and stuff like that, which everybody is doing that's in the media. Everybody want a certain amount of clicks and stuff and notoriety their way. So that's pretty much all it is. It just doesn't make logical sense. I see why Stephen A is saying it, because Texas A&M got a huge bag, but I could see if that happened if he's still at Jackson State, and then now the Texas A&M job opened up. But you know the crazy thing is, let's say if he's at Jackson State right now, and the Texas A&M job came up, they wouldn't even go for Coach Brian. They wouldn't even offer it to him, I don't think. But if it was a situation where his son was entering the draft, Shador was entering the draft, Shiloh's entering the draft, and let's say Travis Hunter was entering the draft this year, yeah, he probably would take that Texas A&M job if it was offered to him. That's if he still wanted to coach. Or he might not even want the Texas A&M job. It might not be his ideal place to be, Texas A&M, even though he got a lot of ties in Texas area. But I don't know why the Texas A&M job don't seem really that much attractive to me. I don't know why. Now, I could see if the Florida State job opened up, that might be a little bit of a situation. But even if the Florida State job opened up, just his circumstances right now don't call for him to leave, because that means a lot of his kids going to have to sit out. And, what he going to do, move Shiloh again and have him sit out again? Then by the time he hit the NFL, he damn near 30? No. So it's just the situation. His circumstances don't call to leave right now. Now, next year is a different story. The completion of next year, you know, he already said that both of his sons are entering the 2025 draft, probably along with Travis. Then I could see him leaving. I could see him leaving at that point to a more ideal job, not Texas A&M though. Let's say if Miami or Florida State opened up, what is another team? Alabama. I could see it. But as far as Texas A&M, no, I don't think so. Even though they got a bag, but
road that make you kind of feel like the progress is still taking place.
Well, the progress is taking place tremendously. The offensive line, you see that tighten up. I've seen the offense move the ball consistently and for quite a bit of time. We controlled the clock, which was phenomenal. It's progress. It's progress. It's progress. We just can't seem to make that play when we have to make that play, that tackle, that block, that pass, that catch, that interception, that kick. It's those type of things. But progress is certainly, and the thing that I love the most about this team, they do not give up. Ain't no quit in them. Like, they fight to the end of every darn game. And I love that about them. I absolutely love that about this young team. And we're pretty young. I'm sitting up there in the office just looking at the chart, you know, and
I didn't hear what Watkins said. What did Watkins say? I just heard that he is exploring other options. So, and he will not be eligible for what? College football until 25, right? So he got another year to go. Yeah, I don't think he'll be there when he gets there either. I had told y'all that before. He was like, "Oh no, Max, he ain't never leaving Colorado." Yes, yeah. When Shador leaves, Shiloh leaves, and Travis leave, he's gone. I don't think he's gonna stay there. I don't think. I did hear some people say that Watkins say that he don't think Coach is gonna stay there past by the time he gets there. I understand that. I don't think he's gonna be there either. I think this is let me just say this real quick. I don't know the man. I don't know what's inside of his head, but I'm just going off of what I see. I have my opinion just like everybody else based upon what I see. Based upon what I see, he had to make this step to get Shador in the proper light to get the best NFL opportunity. He wasn't going to get the best NFL opportunity staying at Jackson State or Travis. So here he is. He has a 5-star in Travis. He had Cremani on the way. And he had a host of others. Getting them into the Power 5 was a better look as opposed to staying with Jackson State. Because we know that in last year's draft, only one HBCU player was drafted to the NFL, and he happened to come from Jackson State. So I think this was a great business move because now Shador was placed in a situation where he could showcase his talents and prove that he can play on the Power 5. Hence, he will get a better look at the NFL. That's the reason why I think he went to Colorado. Colorado was the perfect spot for Coach Prime. They allow him full reign of the team. He can come in and make his son the showcase of this new offense, which he did because they're very pass heavy. So that was to get Shador the best look in Travis Hunter. So he did that, and now they're gonna have a great opportunity going to the NFL. They were gonna get a shot at NFL anyway, but this brings up his draft stock. And that's what it was. He's been rearing these kids ever since they were small. And this is his thing. I'm going to get them in the NFL. Once they get in the NFL, I don't see him coaching there anymore. I don't. And there's a few hints there that I think, this is just how I feel. He didn't really feature the running back this year. That's kind of strange because when he was at Jackson State, Wilkerson damn near ran for 1,000 yards. What was why is it so pass heavy? Maybe it was to get Shador a better look. And that's where it seemed like looking on the outside in. It was more featured, geared around Shador, when it should have been more balanced. That's why they won just 4 games. It backfired. They should have had a more balanced attack. And this is how I see it, just looking at it objectively. When I say this, I'm not hating on Coach Prime. It's just that they made a mistake. They took a calculated risk, and it didn't pay off. Because this team is right where it was last year in the Pac-12. They're in the bottom of the Pac-12. So what they did didn't work. So now he knows what they, because he only know, like, look, if this is his thinking, I only got 1 more year, so what the hell? Shador and my boys going to the NFL, Travis, I'm out of here. But he's still going to try to win. But in order for them to win at this level, they got to have a more balanced attack. Because if they don't have a balanced attack and they approach next season how they did this year, it's going to be the same. There's no Heisman Trophy, nothing. It's going to be the same. And then afterwards, the best case scenario is as long as Shador stay healthy, he go to the NFL, Shiloh and Travis. And then that'll be it. I will see him stepping down, saying he retiring. At that point, I don't see him staying past Shador. He's not even interested in the other quarterbacks. The other quarterbacks barely got any burn. I think Schaub got just 1 minute of play. I believe that one game, when the game was out of reach, and Shador was hurt, they should have took Shador out of the game. Because the game was out of reach at that point. And then the backups could at least got some burn, but they don't care about that. That's just how I see it. And like I said, again, I'm not hating on them. But this is how I see it. That's just what it is. I remember when Kermani, when they said, yeah, we got Kermani McClain. He was bigging up Kermani McClain. Kermani McClain, he's a dog. He's coming. But when he got there, he was barely featured on these videos. I don't know what it was. Did he arrive too late? Because, he arrived right before training camp. He arrived in the summer session. I believe he arrived in summer session 2 or summer session 1. That's when Kermani arrived, which that's when he's supposed to arrive because he just graduated high school. He needs some time to get prepared to come on up to college. It was nothing wrong with him arriving when he did. It's just he just graduated. But then I don't think they're really warm to him like they was Travis. I don't think so. And this is how I'm looking at it as a spectator. I don't think they showed him that much favor as they did Travis. And which was also a calculated mistake because he's the best cornerback that they have besides Travis. I'm not even talking about Travis. I mean, Travis is like Travis. But outside of Travis, Kermani is the best cornerback that they have. And he just now got playing time last game. And Alton McCaskill might be the best running back that they have, and he ain't getting any burn. And they said that he's coming back from an injury, but when you go down on special teams and almost deplete somebody, that means you're healthy to me. If you're the first one down there. So it was a lot of things that they took risk on and didn't pay off. But that's okay, though, because this is a learning curve season. Next season, they have to approach it a little differently. They need a balanced attack. In this level, this is the first year that I really kind of studied this level, really, to find out what really works. Because before, I just watch football, it's entertainment at the end of the day, right? It's a healthy distraction from what's going on in the rest of the world. And this is the first year that I really kind of analyzed it. I've heard about it, but I analyzed it. I said, yeah, the defensive ends are a lot faster. The linebackers are a lot faster. And the window of opportunity closes. You only got like 2 or 3 seconds to get rid of that ball. If you hold on the ball too long, you're going to get sacked. That's not a reflection on your offensive line. And somebody also told me that, Max, this offensive line is not bad. It's a coach's error. And I said, explain it. And you heard them explain it on the live chat, but I had somebody else that I know played football and is also a current coach. He said the the problems that they having on the offensive line is the coach's fault. It's a coach's error. And the person explained it to me just how Thomas L. came on here and explained it. Just like that. It was almost like I needed to get that to understand what's going on. Because I'm like, damn, is the offensive line that horrible? Because when they were at Kent State, when two of the offensive linemen were at Kent State, they didn't have this problem. So what's going on here? So he said, basically, this is what was told to me. It's a coach's error. Basically, he said this offense was set up to be pass heavy. He said they passed more than any other offense in the Power Five, right? When you have that much shots on target as far as throwing, your percentage of sacks is going to go up. You know what I'm saying? But if they are on target with the other schools as far as throwing and having a balanced run attack, you would see that the sacks would go down. I was like, I didn't know that. He was like, yeah, it's something that coaches won't. He said they're not going to say it, but it's their fault. It's their fault. And he said that they changed it in the last game. If you notice, he didn't get sacked that much because they did try to feature the running backs a little bit more. They tried to feature them, but they didn't feature them still enough. I said at least 29 to 30 touches, at least 30 touches. That will ensure that they will win these games. But, you know, there was a lot of talk about Shedeur winning the Heisman early on in the year, and I thought that was a little bit strange too because, first of all, you're putting a lot of pressure on yourself. You don't hear Michael Penix talking about he's winning the Heisman. You don't hear that. But he's going to win the Heisman. You see what I'm saying? You don't hear him talking about it. So it was a little strange when people saying Heisman loading and stuff like that. It's okay to say that, but you got to produce first and then let the people decide who win the Heisman. But right now, the person that more than likely is going to win the Heisman Trophy this year has a balanced running attack. He has a balanced attack, but yet still he's going to win the Heisman Trophy. So they were saying that if you look at the statistics on how many times they threw that ball, of course the sack total is going to go up. So it's not really that the offensive line is that horrible, even though they did have a few plays right there that you saw that the defender blew past the tackles. But he said this is all a coaching error because if you notice, even that team was 1-11 last year. They didn't have this many sacks. That's how you know it was a coaching error. But I don't know if they're ever going to admit that because, you know, with these coaches, they have egos. These coaches got the work, the probably like, you know, people that's in power and stuff like that, their egos is up through the roof. But if he truly sit back and analyze, this is my fault, they will start winning the ball games. Ain't that crazy? Like they have the personnel right now to beat Washington State and Utah if they use them properly. And you saw it featured in the Stanford game. That Stanford game wasn't supposed to happen like that. It's just that when you throw the ball so much, the defense, what they did was at halftime, they readjusted and said that, well, if he's going to throw that ball 90 to 95% of the time, we're gonna throw the house at him so he can't get it to the wide receivers. So they made their adjustments, and that's what happened. So, again, that was a coaching error that they lost. And some of the timeouts and the mismanagement of the clock, coaching error. So if the coaches finally say, look, this was on us and not the kids, they're going to win, man. They're going to win. They're going to win. They're going to win. And if they truly realize like, yo, we need a balanced running attack. We need it. They'll win this game. They actually are a really good team. I think this team actually surprised the coaches. Ain't that crazy? This team, how good they are and how they gel together so fast, it even improved and it even surprised the coaches. So it's unfortunate that a lot of these games that they were supposed to win, they were just too pass heavy, and it don't work at this level. I'm just beginning to see that it doesn't work at this level. Usually, you see quarterbacks airing it out, right, and it's working. You see them airing it out, but what you don't see is like that running attack. That has to be there in order for that to work. Open up the passing attack. So, yeah, man, it's unfortunate this year. I know he knows it. Like, damn, we just gave away this season. So it really, nothing has changed from last season. It really hasn't. The only thing that changed was they won 4 games. That's it. And they got new personnel in. But they're still in the bottom of the Pac-12. Same as last year. And that is the honest, objective opinion looking on the outside. And I'm going to tell you something. If they don't fix this coaching mentality, they're going to lose next year too. They'll win the first 3 games, especially the first game. That they got that all day long. Or maybe not. But they got to have that balanced running attack. If they don't, it's going to be a situation like this again. So that's unfortunate. And they also got to use Dylan Edwards properly. You can't run him up the middle. You got to run him in the flat and give him space. And Coach Prime is saying this. He's going to say it in his press conference. You got to find a way to utilize his talents better than that. You got bigger running backs that could go up the middle. Savion Wilkerson, right, is a very talented running back that they barely want to use. You know, it's unfortunate because I believe he could have went to another Power 5 school that could have utilized him, and his draft stock would have went through the roof. It's unfortunate what happened to these kids here that nobody's really going to talk about, but I'm really going to feature this in the off season on how some of these kids came here and went into the void. They went into the void, meaning darkness. They didn't get featured at all. And it doesn't make sense when you're trying to establish a running game and you have somebody like Kavarsey Smoke on the bench. What you're pretty much telling that kid is that he's not worth it. That's what you're telling him. And not only that you're not worth it, I'm still not going to give you a shot, even though it's your last 2 games. I'm still not going to give you a shot. That doesn't look good for the other recruits. You're going to start to see some recruits drop off. I'm telling you, I'm looking on the outside in. I know a recruit right now in the state of Virginia. I told you guys yesterday his attributes. I know they know who he is, but I'm not going to say his name. This kid is close to 300 pounds and he runs a 4.4. He's close to 3. He's on the track team too. He's close to 300 pounds, but he doesn't look it. This dude is like 300 pounds and damn near got a 6-pack. It's like he's like Nigerian or something. It's like it's all muscle. I know they know who he is. It's all muscle. He said the only way he would come there is unless they offer him a bag. But he don't know if he would go there or not. But he's being recruited by every school, damn near every school you can mention is recruiting him. But he was like they would have to give him a big bag to go there. And he was like the positions that he played, because he's looking to move to the tight end position if he lose weight, or linebacker. He said he don't think he'll play here. That's what he told me. And I happen to actually know him. So yes, the recruits are looking at this situation and what's going on. And they're like, damn, I don't know. So that's why I'm curious to see what's going to happen in the offseason. It's not going to be as easy as they think it's going to be. Yeah, they're going to have players that are available from Michigan State, now Texas A&M. They're going to have access to those players because maybe those players, some of them are dogs there. They're like, look, I have NFL potential, right? I have NFL potential. I'm a sophomore. I have NFL potential. I have 2 years left of eligibility. I'm heading into my junior year. I got a lot of NFL looks right now. I need to be guaranteed if I'm going to come to Colorado, am I going to start? I need that guarantee. It ain't gonna be no competition if I made all conference last year. I'll just stay at Texas A&M. So it's a business decision that these kids got to make. Because unfortunately, Kavarsier's Smoke could have had some NFL potential, but that's down the drain now. What if I'm an NFL team, like, why would I look at him? He didn't even get no shine here. Why would I look at him? So it's unfortunate that happened. It's unfortunate. I think they could have used all the running backs this year. I believe they could have subbed them out interchangeably, so you can have fresh legs in the game. I think they could have had fresh legs in the game, and that would have benefited them, and that would have helped protect Shedeur. They didn't go that way. This was featured for Shedeur's arm to win the Heisman Trophy. But I want them to admit it, though. But that's their mentality. They're not going to admit that was their mentality. And it's unfortunate. This is a team game. You can't win with just one or two people. Travis and Shedeur is not good enough to just them two win the game by themselves. It's not happening. Not saying that they're not good enough, but you can't win a ball game with just them two. So at the end of the season, I'm really going to this is just like a prequel to my observations that I've noticed throughout the season. So I'm gonna make a whole video and I'm gonna feature it on why they ended up with the record they did. And now that the season is almost over, now you can see it all in 360 what happened. They even have Jalen Ellis. He is a wide receiver. They didn't use him at all. They only use him on special teams. He's a really good wide receiver. He probably should have stayed where he was. It's unfortunate, right? There's a lot of players that ended in the void here. And Gant is one of them. Gant was doing pretty well at Florida State. He should have stayed at Florida State because Florida State is ranked. But he came here. You don't even know if he's still on the team or not. In the last game, he was in street clothes. He had a jersey on, but he was in street clothes. So it's crazy. But this is not me knocking the team. This is me telling them how they can get better. All they have to really do is say, okay, this is how our philosophy didn't work. So now we got to go with the more balanced attack. And I guarantee you, next year they will win more than 8 games. Next year. If next year they don't win more than 8 games, it's still a failure. They got to win 8 games next year because they already know where they messed up. They already know where they messed up at. And if they had the same, it's crazy, if they had the same passing percentage as Alabama, they would have the same sack rate. Ain't that crazy? So their line is on par with the Power 5, their offensive line. It looks like they're not because it's the coaching error. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. But I think Coach Prime understands it now. You got to understand it's a learning curve. This is his first job in the Power 5. Now he understands how the play is, so he'll be able to adjust. It's an easy fix. Just a mentality. It's just a philosophy change.
I'm like, wow, we're only losing this, and this next year. So we got a lot of, what is it, about 90% of the team coming, 95% of the team coming back? That's a nice hat. God, that's a nice hat. You looking good, man. just want to share that. Yeah, but we have, darn near the whole team coming back. We losing some key components of the game.
See, right there, he said he has about 95% of the team coming back. That's a plus. He got about 95% of the team coming back. So he already have the foundation laid already. So the additions that they bring into this foundation is going to make them even better if they utilize them properly. If they utilize them properly. It's just that like I said, if I'm McCaskill, you got to give me some type of assurance that I'm going to be able to play next year. You got to give me some type of assurance. And because I think you guys can utilize all of your running backs, all of them. Okay, you get tired, bring him out, bring another one in. Okay, he tired, bring him, go back in the game. Bring two of them in the game. Have two line up behind Shador. Have one go in the flat, have one block. Have both of them block. Or something like that. Have both of them block. You know what I mean? So they gotta really work with this the team that they have. Help develop them. A lot of them gonna be going to like training camps in the off season. You know, develop them that way. A strong weight training program. They'll be back where they are in contention next year, starting the Big 12. They'll be in contention, especially if they know that they're gonna have a balanced attack. They're gonna be right there in contention.
Couple receivers, JD, Payne, I believe, and a couple others. But we kickers coming back. We got some good things brewing.
Okay.
Hey, Coach, obviously you've won at every level in two different sports, so you know what it takes to win close games. Aside from the Oregon matchup, as you look back on some of these close ones, is there something in particular that this team needs to learn about winning these close games?
Well, we just got to be ready for the moment. We never know when the moment is. And you got to be prepared for the moment. That moment may have come in the first quarter. We didn't know. Second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, overtime. We got to be prepared. We've been through every type of moment that you could gather this season, including overtimes. And we just got to be ready for the moment. But I'm going to reiterate this once again. Our kids do not quit. One thing that they're going to do, they're going to give you a great game. We fight to the end.
Good.
Hey Coach, Troy Finnegan, CU Sports Report. Washington State's been reeling, but they have a quarterback who's a great improviser, creates a ton of plays out of structure.
Right.
What does the prep look like this week for him on that offense?
They throw the ball. They're so similar to us statistically, physically. They're really similar. They really are when you look at this team and what they're capable of doing. Certainly, he's a phenomenal passer. They have some phenomenal receivers. We got to affect their protection. We got to get the ball out of his hands. We got to make him fumble the ball, strip him. We got to do things to force turnovers as well as score on offense. We did a good job of controlling the clock. I would love to see us do that as well. I don't know how we're similar. I'm not going to say they're not great against the run, but we should have opportunities to run the football as well.
Hey Coach, Ryland Scholes with Ralphie Report. You got one of these really late kickoffs again, and the game's on Friday, so you lose today. How much of an impact does that have on the team in preparing during the game?
I don't think it has a tremendous impact because they must prepare the same way. The only difference is they're at home real way. So we know what's ahead of us. We know the task at hand. We just got to prepare and go down there and make it happen. And focus on these little things. We focus it on tackling. We focus on blocking. We focusing on the little things that gets you over the hump. Those are the things that we need to do to win.
What's going to get him over the hump is establishing his running. I'm talking about run the ball no matter what happens. Get that rock in their hand no matter what happens. You got to get it over 30 more times. They're going to win the game. Okay, yeah, they got to block, stuff like that. We know that, but they got to feature that running game. You know what I'm saying? And then Shador, it'll open up for Shador to have a really good game passing. So, and hopefully out of all the people that he said is coming back, hopefully they all come back. You might have a few that is not going to come back. You're gonna might have some surprises in the off season that this person is hitting the transfer portal. You may have a few surprises. But that's okay, though. That's just the nature of the football now. You got the transfer portal. You have everything else. So you're going to have some players that people are going to be reaching out to with a huge bag. A huge bag. You know, Kermani McClain, I noticed something about him. He's a very quiet person. And I'm a quiet person, too. And we're often judged by that. We're not overly boisterous. We're not overly like down with the crew. We just there to do our thing and we're quiet. I think they judged him on that. I could tell by the way, I can't really tell you how I know, but I know they were like, the camera was just kind of like on him, right? And he didn't say nothing for the camera. He didn't want to. He not there to be talking in front of the camera. He didn't say nothing. And the cameras just stayed on him. And I was like, you know what? I think they may have misjudged him because he's quiet. They may have judged him as being odd or something like this. It's something that happened here. They might have like judged him for being quiet. There's nothing wrong with being quiet. He's there to do a job. But I'm gonna tell you something. He's a silent assassin. He's the best cornerback that they have, yo. I'm talking about on all the team. He's the best one. And he's the most cut up. Look at him. You don't tell me he don't put in the work. Look how cut up he is. And on top of it, he got bigger. If you notice, I've been paying attention to him. He got bigger. Now, obviously he got taller. I think he got taller. Because I remember when he was face to face with Jerry Rice's son, Brendan Rice, they were eye to eye. They were the same height. And Brendan Rice is listed at 6'3". And he also has a long wingspan. There's favoritism here. And I know that every team has favorites. Every team does. This is not just me singling out Colorado. But he's not in the inner circle. He's not. I don't think so. And they messed up here. They messed up here. This man is not only a true freshman, he should have been starting. They shouldn't have waited too late in the season to start him. And also, even if he messed up, they need to give him opportunity to mess up like they do Travis. Travis got mossed on this weekend. He got mossed on. The guy mossed him. I guarantee you if that happened to Kermani, they would took him out the game. They got to give the man an opportunity or you're going to lose him. I had said this already. And this is me just like, if I really, man, I'm telling you guys, if I really sat down and just really gave you my full analysis, 90% of you wouldn't like it. If I just give you my 100% analysis, because I'm looking at this if my kid is there. You know what I'm saying? Like 100% analysis. There's certain things I can pick up even with that small bit of footage. There's certain things I could pick up. I've been around a long time. I'm almost ready to retire. That's how long I've been around. I'm like damn near a few years I'll be retired. More than a few years actually. For my day job. But I've been around a long time. I can pick up stuff. The man is quiet. He's not really like you see him joking around and stuff like that, but he's quiet. He's a quiet kid. But that doesn't reflect on his play though. Still waters run deep. It's the quiet ones you got to worry about. He's a silent assassin. He's the best cornerback that they have. Hands down, I'm telling you he is. He's the best cornerback that they have. He's supposed to be starting. But it's because of the politics. He's getting a start now. Because of he was absolutely 100% correct when he said it was political. 100%. He was 100% correct. 100%. So basically what he got to do is he just got to keep his mouth shut and play to the rest of the season, then decide what he gonna do. Because I guarantee you, schools out there will love to fucking have him if they don't do right by him. And this is my assessment. Trust me, I'm going to give you my whole assessment when the season is over. But I'm telling you, he's that good. I'm telling you he is. I've been watching football a long time. I know when these football players come around. I know it. He has like these God-given abilities and these instincts. I remember a video I did when they were in training camp, when they were out there on the field, when they were getting ready for TCU, when they were out there on the field, right? He came across the field and he dived. He was damn near horizontal. He was damn. He went on an angle. He was like damn near like Superman. He was almost he was horizontal, and he tipped the ball, and the ball deflected from the catch, and Travis caught the interception. I said that man got to start. That man is ready, but they didn't start him. When I saw that, I was like, "Yo, this kid really is that good." Because I'm like, if you come into college, the stuff you did in high school don't mean anything, right? That just was your resume to get you a audition for college. Usually freshmen don't start to like sophomore, junior year, right? But when I saw that, I was like, yo, he's ready. But if he pout a certain way, because he's very emotional, because he want to win, they're going to use that and judge him and say that he's acting immature. They're going to use that. That's the environment he's in. Like he has to literally be stone faced. And that's what you're seeing right now. That's what I see in the video. He's being quiet. He's being stone faced. He's being told what he has to do. And they can't deny him because everybody in that stadium see the talent now. Let me tell you something. He had a very important stat the last game. They talked about, oh, he could have been more physical. No. That's not his job. His job is to shut down that receiver in front of him. He did that. He had the most important stat that day. Coach Prime saw it. He knows. He knows what he got. That's why he was like, yo, we got to play this kid before we fucking lose him. I know that's what he's thinking. He shut his wide receiver down. Guess who else he shut down? Guess who else? Brendan Rice in that USC game. When he was in front of Brendan Rice, Brendan didn't get that catch. And it was something else. You go back to the USC game, you're going to see it. When he was on Brendan Rice, they didn't throw it to him. Caleb didn't throw it to him. He only threw it to him once, and he threw it in the end zone on a slant, and he got it. That's when he was in Brendan Rice's face. They need to keep him out there. They need to let him make mistakes, but they didn't do it. They didn't do it. This is one that might slip by. This is a huge one if it slips by. This is a huge loss. If he leaves, it's a huge loss because other recruits are going to be watching. So they got to keep him. They got to talk to him. Coach Ron, like, look, I know you the shit. I know we didn't play you, but we were just bringing you along. They got to talk to him, especially in the offseason. Let that man go back to Florida. He ain't coming back.
Hey, Coach.
Yes,
Brian
sir.
Howell from Boulder Daily Camera. We know Dylan Edwards is extremely talented. He had a phenomenal first game. Since then, he hasn't really had those home run plays. Hasn't reached the end zone. How has he dealt with kind of the ups and downs this season? And do you feel like he's close to popping again?
I don't think it's ups and downs regarding Dylan. We got to figure out ways to get him the ball in space. Dylan is not a between the tackle type of guy. The kid is only about 160 pounds, but he's the toughest 165 pounds you ever want to meet. That's on us to figure out ways to get him the ball in space and allow him to do what he's capable of doing. I think in that first game, you see him explode because all those plays darn near were from tackle out. And that's what we got to do a better job of, getting him the ball in space.
I agree with his assessment there. You can't. He's 165 pounds. I thought he weighed more than that. But if he is 165 pounds, running him up the middle is not probably going to be that effective. I'm glad he said it. Running him in space is better because he's going to blow past people eventually. So that's what they. So it's a coaching error again. That's what he's saying. It's on the coaches, not the players. So that was a huge thing. It's a coaching error. You know, them not using Kermani when they were supposed to, a coaching error. Coaching error. And I know some people's like, Max, he wouldn't start nowhere else. And, man, stop the cap. I know some people that played him like, bro, we'll play him right now. Like right now. I know some people that play him right now. Yeah, people will play him. It's just that certain systems he's in a certain system. You know, you never know if it's going to be a perfect marriage until you get into it. You don't know that. Now, if they make the adjustments and do what they're supposed to do and cut with whatever they're doing, then yeah, it'll be fine. So I couldn't be his OG though. I would have showed up to practice. I would have talked to these coaches like, what's going on here? What exactly is your thoughts on this young man? If I was his OG, I would have showed up. I'm like, what exactly are your thoughts, your personal thoughts, not about football? What are your personal thoughts? What do you think about him as a person? That's what I will be interviewing Coach Prime and Coach Mathis. Well, how do you guys see him as a person? Let me know. Not about football. This ain't about football right now. What is it that you judging him on so I can fix it? And that's the conversation I would have had with these gentlemen. Because something is not, because I'm like, dude, how do you have somebody with that much talent riding the goddamn bench? How do you have someone that rushed for 1,000 yards their freshman season riding the bench? That's when the OGs need to show up. I'm sorry they ain't got them. They need the OGs to show up. The pops got to show up. They got to show up and like, yo, what's going on with my son? Why are you not playing him? You know, why are you not playing him? It got to be something. Why are you not playing? This man rushed for 1,000 yards. This man is being looked at as a next NFL running back, and he's riding the pond. You know, that's where the OGs got to show up. The men got to show up and have these interviews with these coaches.
So he could be who he is. He's a phenomenal player. Yes.
Go ahead, over here.
I know there's football season left, but we're also coming to the end of a semester.
You got 2,000-yard rushers sitting on the bench that they're not being utilized. 2 of them. You got 2. That's proven to run that rush for 1,000 yards. They sitting on the bench. That's crazy. Smoke too. He had, well, he rushed for 1,000 in his career. He rushed for, I had the stat up. He rushed for that, but still, he could have been peaking this year. You know, sometimes it takes more than a few years for players to start peaking. Maybe he peaked this year, but yeah, he should have stayed at Kentucky, man.
We hear from players, especially players who are new to the school, about their experiences at the school and in the city. And what are your impressions?
Well, these young men love it. They love it here. I haven't heard one complaint about campus, about campus living, about food, and about the city in general. I have not heard one complaint whatsoever. I mean, everybody would love a soul food restaurant here and there. You all would. You guys would as well. But you know, we're not gonna have a pity party because we don't have that. But our dining staff and chef is doing a great job downstairs. So those guys they love it. I love it. I enjoyed it immensely.
With Jason.
Hey, Coach. Jason Jones from Buff Speed. Friday is the anniversary, or the anniversary of Young Dolph's passing.
Yes, sir.
And 3 weeks ago, you had his son Trey on the sidelines.
Yes, sir.
Wearing Shador's chain.
Mm-hmm.
Could you speak about the importance of supporting his family and keeping his legacy alive?
Yeah, it just doesn't happen just because of his anniversary of a passing. That's a consistency. That's a daily effort. Coach Ray does a great job of staying in contact with his wife as well as his family, making sure if they want to come, you know, they get here, and then we're extremely hospitable when they get here. If the young fella Trey is having a tough time at school, we make sure we make the phone calls to keep him motivated and inspired. So it's like an extended family. It just doesn't happen on anniversaries with us. His wife is a wonderful lady. Even his whole clique, you know, Key Glock and that whole clique, we communicate with them because not only is the family taking it tough, but his whole group. He was their leader, not just their boss. He was their coach, so to speak. And his legacy will forever live on with us. Thank you.
Coach Sean.
Hey, Coach Sean Keeler.
There we go.
There you go. Here comes Sean. No,
Yeah.
when you don't care about the noise for us, wherever else, but parents do. They hear it when they come to you and say.
What parents have heard it that you know of? That
Parents who have X, I would imagine.
have come to me. I mean, you making an assumption. I want to know
maybe an
what
assumption.
parents have come.
Have any come to you?
Mm-mm.
Do they say to you, what would you say to them if they said, are you going to coach my kid? Are you going to be here in 2-3 years to coach my kid? What do you tell them? What do you say?
I tell them what I told them when they came. I'm here.
That's not a good answer. That's not a good answer. Like, if I'm there with my son, Coach, are you going to be here? I mean, they're, barring the unforeseen circumstances. This is what I would say to him. If I was the reporter, hold on, Coach, you're going to answer my question now. If not, we can just end this and you just go on about your business. Because you see, you don't want to answer the question. No, this is an important question. If I'm a parent, are you going to be here in the next 2 years? Don't say I'm here now. I want to know if you're going to be here in the next 2 years so I can decide, because we want to play for you. That's the whole reason why we're coming here. Are you going to be here? Not I'm here now. Because then next year when Shedeur go to the NFL and you leave, then you're going to be like, well, I didn't give y'all no promises. Yeah, so that was a really good, valid question, but he's dodging it.
What parents have come?
Have any come to you? Do they say to you, what would you say to them if they said, are you going to coach my kid? Are you going to be here in 2-3 years to coach my kid? What do you tell them? What do you say?
I tell them what I told them when they came. I'm here. I'm here. I tell them my mother's here.
It's not good enough.
My sister's here. My daughter's here.
Nope.
My daughter's here. Three of my sons are here.
Yeah, 3 of your sons are here, but you already said they're going into the draft in 2025. So after next season, and not 2 of your sons are not going to be here, including Travis. So will you be here after that? It's just a yes or no question. Like, if he'd be like, well, no, I'm here now. What he pretty much is saying is, I'm not going to be here, but I'm not going to tell them that. Because when I do leave, I don't want to say that I gave y'all any promises. That's not good enough. I don't think he's going to be there past Shedeur.
My other daughter comes at every home game. We're here. I get mail here. Paying taxes here. Pay taxes here. I'm sorry. I'm here. I don't.
You pay taxes at in Mississippi. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we need to know. It's a business decision. Like my son, he would want to play for you, but if we're going to come to Colorado and then you just are going to leave after next season, then we're going to have to make a decision again, get him to transfer. Now he don't waste the transfer, because now if he don't like that school, he going to have to sit out again if he decide to transfer again. So yeah, he would need to tell the parents, like, look, yes, I am going to be here after 2025, God willing. Like, if there's any unforeseen circumstances with health or something like that, that I could see. But for him to say, I'm here, my mother's here. No, your people were in Mississippi too, and they moved. You know what I'm saying? I need to know. Yeah, he didn't promise anything at JSU either. You know what I'm saying? See, he knows. See, I know, but I'm not asking him to give a definitive answer. He don't have to do that. You know, he's his own man. But then that will decide whether my kid go there or not. See, you got to listen to him. He said, I'm here. I'm here now. Yeah, he ain't going to be at the Shedeur leave.
Hear that?
I don't think so.
Maybe our recruiting staff hears it, but I don't hear it. I'm too honest now, with parents, and I'm going to tell them the truth.
Is being in demand, and I don't want to say weaponized, but can you use that as a strength any more than the strengths you already have?
It's always, everything in life is a strength. What comes along with who you are. You know what I'm really happy about? That real football enthusiasts and just football people who know football know what we're really doing here. There's a lot of people that don't and think that we're just losing. No. You got to find a win in the midst of a loss. And I love it that football people understand what time it is without looking at their watches.
I can guess what time it is that you guys are building. Like, you're not gonna build a national championship in 1 year. It takes time. It could take 2 to 3, 4 years to build up to that national championship team. But will you be here though? Will you be here after 4 years? I don't know. I don't know.
Hey coach, I have an off the field question for you. Just saw a story today that they caught 4 high school kids that stole the stuff from your locker room.
Yeah, let me address that. I love that.
Did you guys get everything back?
I have no idea. I haven't checked with all the kids. Let me address that. Let's not crucify and punish these high school kids. Okay? Whatever the punishment that comes along with it, all right, let that be that, community service or whatever is it. But let's not abort the rest of their opportunities and lives because of a mistake. Because if we were to really...
It's not a mistake. It was a bad decision they made. They wanted to take y'all shit. You know what I'm saying? They wanted to take y'all shit. That wasn't no mistake. That wasn't no mistake. It was a poor decision. They shouldn't have done it, but I believe they had help. But with somebody that worked in that facility, I believe they had, because they from the greater Los Angeles area anyway. So they may have had help, but it was a bad decision that they made. Because ultimately that could cost them an opportunity to play football somewhere with that being on their jacket. Because I think if it's over a certain amount that was stolen, they could prosecute that. Because I know like normal shoplifting in California, they're not really prosecuting that. But this wasn't normal shoplifting. I don't know the grand total of how much was stolen, but if it's over a certain amount, they're going to prosecute them. And that could ultimately ruin their opportunity. That's how it is in life. You make a bad decision. One bad decision could change the whole course of your whole life. That's a learning decision that they're going to have to learn now on the fly. No, it wasn't a mistake. It wasn't a mistake at all. They just made a bad decision to go in there in the Rose Bowl at that and then take all their stuff. Well, whoever they got their stuff stolen, they're going to have to pay for that now. You know, they're going to have to pay for that, unfortunately, and it could ruin their opportunity in college football. So yeah, it was a bad decision. But I'm glad some of the players did get their jewelry back. I'm not sure if Darius got his money back though. But he had a large sum amount of cash on him. Here's what I want to say to young people, because Darius is young. I want to say this to him and whoever. Don't carry that amount of cash on you. That's what we got credit cards for. I don't pay for nothing in cash. I don't know when the last time I had cash on me. I don't carry cash on me. I have credit cards. That's what the credit cards is for. That's what the plastic is for. Use plastic. Because if your plastic gets stolen, you can quickly call a number. They lock your card. You go send you a new one. The cash you can't recoup. So I don't recommend, this is a learning lesson. Unfortunately, I do not recommend carrying that cash. Now, coach is going to say that, you know, you're supposed to wear your jewelry and stuff. That's fine. If you're going to wear your jewelry, make sure you secure it, or make sure you give it to someone during the game, or have a security guard watching, especially if it's a significant value, or make sure you got insurance on it if it costs that much. But most people, if they buy little neck pieces, they're not going to put insurance on it anyway. But make sure you got it secure with somebody, because you're not safe nowhere in this world. You're not safe. You're not safe nowhere, especially if they know you get money like that. And unfortunately, everything is public. You are food out here on these streets. So you got to make sure you protect yourself, man. Get the security. But that's a learning curve. They didn't know that they were going to get robbed at the Rose Bowl, because they're at the Rose Bowl. But that's right down the corner from where it's sketchy at. They didn't know that. But it's a learning situation, unfortunately. But for those kids, though, those young men that did that, they're going to have to pay for it. Because the Rose Bowl, they're going to want the prosecutors to make an example out of them so it won't happen again. So I think their career might be over.
Do a roll call of mistakes at the age of 17 or 18 in here. I'm sure everybody would tip out of here with their head down like we're in church, okay? So let's make sure that those kids atone for what transpired, if it's community service, whatever it is, but they don't lose an opportunity to change their lives. They're kids. They made a stupid, dumb, idiotic mistake.
Guys, it wasn't a mistake. It was a bad decision. I got some friends right now that made mistakes. They're in the grave. I got some that's in the grave. I got some that's, most of them got out of jail now. Some did 20 years. Some did 30. I know another friend, he just came home after doing, I think he did 25. But he won't tell you. He said it was a bad decision, but he did 25 years. And now he has a chance to turn his life around. So you will turn your life around, but life is unforgiving, man. You can't, there's certain bad decisions you can't make, man. You just can't. Keep, they say, keep your hands to yourself. Keep your hands to yourself and don't have butterfingers out here, and steal people's shit that they work hard for. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no mistake. It was a bad decision. And they getting ready to pay for it. But they will have a chance to turn their life around, like you said, after they pay for this damn bad decision they made. Because them folks got embarrassed at the Rose Bowl. Damn, we allowed somebody to get robbed at the Rose Bowl. They gonna pay for that.
Guess what? When I was 7 and 18, so did I. All right? So did you. Praying for those kids. It was very unfortunate that we were on the other end of that, and some fans were stupid enough to say, "Oh, they shouldn't wear their jury." Okay, well, you shouldn't drive your car to work then. Somebody steal that. So that's just how stupid that statement was. But let's pray for those kids, man, lift them up, and hopefully and prayerfully they get another opportunity. What's probably going to happen is they probably going to name them and expose who they are, and then all hell breaks loose because we're a society that likes to make a mockery of people that made mistakes in life, when all of us have. So that's my take on that.
Hey, Coach, Pat Graham, Associate Press. Brian Howells took my question. Sorry about that. So
Yeah, it's okay.
On the fly, I'm thinking of a new one, I guess.
No, you're good.
Bushidor, he's been sacked 48 times. We talked about that. I guess,
Right.
have you learned anything? Maybe you didn't. I know you know your son very well, but have you learned anything about his toughness or about his makeup just through this season?
No, this hadn't. I mean, I know who he is. You know what I really admire the most? How he handles this moment. I think he's done tremendous with these moments and the questions that has come at him. And some of the things that you guys missed, I wish you would ask him, is phenomenal. But I love the way he handles himself, publicly, privately, on the field, off the field. I love the way he's handled himself this season. I'm proud of him. Shallow as well.
All right, last one, Matt, go ahead.
If you want to leave us a list of things you want us to ask him, by the way, we'll be happy to take care of that the next time he's in here. The other thing I wanted to ask was about analytics.
Do you hear this? You hear this reporter? Did y'all hear that? I'm like, well, if you want us to leave a list of stuff you want us to ask him, we'll do it the next time. What the fuck? You see how Coach Brown was looking? Oh, this dude, man. Let me rewind that. This dude, these people are crazy. Why don't y'all ask him football questions, Dan? Just ask him football questions, and he'll answer it. But you guys going into like other stuff, and the guys will just leave us a bunch of questions, and we'll answer it. Well, you can hear the sarcasm in his voice.
And some of the things that you guys missed, I wish you would ask him. Is phenomenal.
You see, when Coach Prime said, "Is some of the things y'all missed, I wish you would ask him," and then the dude is gonna come back and clap back at Coach Prime. Now look at this.
Done tremendous with these moments and the questions that has come at him. And some of the things that you guys missed, I wish you would ask him. Is phenomenal. But I love the way he handles himself, publicly.
He said some of the questions that you guys miss, I wish you would ask him, but I love what he's doing. It's phenomenal. I just love it. Now watch what this dude do. He clapped back at him.
Privately,
Watch this.
on the field. I love the way he's handled himself this season. I'm proud of him. Shallow as well. Shallow as well.
All right, last one, Matt, go ahead.
If you want to leave us a list of things you want us to ask him, by the way, we'll be happy to take care of that the next time he's in here. The other thing I wanted to ask.
See? He got him. He clapped back at him. He said, oh, you ain't going to tell us how to do our job, Mr. Coach. You ain't going to do that. Yeah, he clapped back at him. That's what happened.
Was about analytics. With something, we haven't really talked about this year is just how you use them within the program and how involved it all is in your system.
Sometimes it's a feeling. Sometimes it's a feeling.
No, that wasn't a suck up. He wasn't sucking up to him. He got that he was being sarcastic with him. He said, well, just write us a list next time since we missed something, since he answered stuff so well, just leave us a list and we'll ask him next time. Let me stop. Yo, I be peeping everything. Let me stop. Oh my God. These people are crazy. That was hilarious though.
Sometimes it's a flow. Analytics are wonderful, but you got to feel the game. You got to know your team. You got to know those players. Like when you hear the play going in, you got to know, all right, let me get a timeout. I don't like that. Or I like that. Let's go. Let's go. And what goes on? I mean, like, you could be critical.
Yeah, you missed that, right? You missed what. See, you had to go back to what Coach Prime said. He said, "I wish you guys would ask some questions, but you be missing it." But he answered. I love how he handles himself in the media. I just love it. And the guy's like, "Okay, hold on, y'all. I got him. I got him. Yeah. Leave us a list next time. Maybe we'll." Oh my God, yo, he clapped back at him, and you see how Prime looked at him. It was hilarious. Oh man, only I would catch something like that.
Of saying, okay, we blew it. I saw somebody say that we iced them out, but they didn't know that Shador was down on the field, and we were thinking the refs was gonna call a penalty.
Shador was down on the field when Mata was getting ready to kick? No, he wasn't. He was getting ready to kick the ball and y'all called timeout. That's what happened. That's why people saying that you iced him. Because when the timeout came, I thought the opposing coach called the timeout. Because usually the opposing coach will call a timeout. It's called icing the kicker. But the timeout came from the Buffalo side. So I'm like, okay, maybe it was a formation situation. Maybe they didn't have enough men on the field. That's what I thought. I thought maybe they didn't have enough men on the field. But that wasn't the case. They just called timeout.
Or targeting or whatever, because he was kind of out of it. And they didn't. So the clock is still running.
Yeah, I know they hit Shador in the head, but Mata was lining up for the kick. For the field goal, Shador was already off the field.
So now we got to make that transition on the field. The clock down. It's okay. Timeout. They didn't know. Some people don't know all that stuff is going on, and so you know how that is.
Yeah. So do you have somebody in your ear on the headset then who kind of goes through all that stuff with you?
No, we don't go through all that stuff. It's a couple.
No, you're supposed to. You're supposed to go through all that stuff. You're supposed to know how much timeouts you have. It has to be somebody there to tell you that, Coach, we got 2 timeouts left. If this happens, call the timeout. It has to be somebody in your ear telling you that. That's usually how it works, right? You're not gonna, as a head coach, he's not gonna remember all of that unless he got it written down in front of him that he got, okay, I got 2 timeouts remaining. In this situation, we call a timeout, unless he got it in his hand. I don't know how he's going to remember all of that. Like, I wouldn't be able to. I would need somebody to refresh my memory. Or I would need somebody, like, nearby to say, how many timeouts we got? Okay, if this happened, we're going to call a timeout.
People that make sure I'm aware of certain things.
Okay, he said
certain things you just miss, man. Right? It happened last night, didn't it? NFL game, right?
Yeah, it did.
Right? Didn't that happen? That's why our wonderful Broncos won, because of his extra guy on the field. You think the head coach knew that? But he gets charged for that. It just happens, man. Some things happen in life, unfortunately.
Wait a minute.
But it's
I'm
our job
confused. Hold on a
to
second.
make sure they don't.
So when Mata was getting ready to kick the field goal, was Shador still laying on the field? That's what he said. He was like, when Mata was lining up for the kick, like he lines up for the kick. Was Shador still laying on the field? And that's why he called a timeout? That's what he just said. So I didn't see that. Like, I don't know how that sequence will happen, because if the kickers line up for the field, the refs will see that somebody is down, and they will call a time. They will do something. Shador wanted to go for it. Okay, but he was saying that he had got hit. He was laying on the field or something. But I saw Mata lining up for the field goal. You said Mata was walking over hella slow. Everyone else was ready. I saw the replay. No, I didn't see. He said that Shador was laying on the field. He said that. Oh, let me go back.
All that stuff with you?
No, we don't go through all that stuff. It's a couple people that make sure I'm aware of certain things, but certain things you just miss, man. Right? It happened last night, didn't it? NFL game, right?
Yeah.
Broncos.
Right? Didn't that happen? That's why our wonderful Broncos won, because of his extra guy on the field. You think the head coach knew that? But he gets charged for that. It just happens, man. Some things happen in life, unfortunately. But it's
in that situation, they were like, they only had 1 yard to go, where I guess somebody wanted to go for it maybe, and they let some time elapse because the play clock was running or something.
Mata, but they didn't know that Shador was down on the field, and we were thinking the refs was going to call a penalty of targeting or whatever, because he was kind of out of
Okay, see, there it is.
what goes on. I mean, like,
he said that Shador was still laying on the field while Mata was lining up for the kick. He just said it. Shador, because of the targeting play, Shador was still on the field laying there when Mata was lining up for the kick. I didn't see that. If that was the case, then yeah, the refs would be like, wait a minute, you still got a guy laying on the field while y'all getting ready to kick a field goal? Wait a minute, what's going on here? Because the clock is still running. So you would think they would stop the clock because somebody is injured. That's what he's saying. So he called a timeout while Mata was lining up for the kick.
you could be critical of saying, okay, we blew it. I saw somebody say that we iced Mata, but they didn't know that Shador was down on the field, and we were thinking the refs was going to call a penalty of targeting or whatever, because he was kind of out of it, and they didn't. So the clock is still running. So now we had to make that transition on the field. The clock, that's okay. Timeout. They didn't know. Some people don't know all that.
That's on the refs then. So if the refs see that somebody is obviously in distress on the field, how are they letting Mata line up for the kick? Like, it's going to be too many people on the field. It's going to be too many people on the field. Like, if he's laying there, because he did get hit up in the back of the head, he did, and it should have been like maybe a targeting. But if he's still in distress and they're trying to get him off the field and Mata is lining up for the kick, there's too many people on the field. So I don't know why the refs would allow that. But he said that's why he called a timeout.
That stuff is going on, and so you know how that is.
Yeah. So do you have somebody in your ear on the headset then who kind of goes through all that stuff with you?
No, we don't go through all that stuff. It's a couple people that make sure I'm aware of certain things, but certain things you just miss, man. Right? It happened last night, didn't it? NFL game, right?
Yeah.
Right? Didn't that happen? That's why our wonderful Broncos won, because of his extra guy on the field. You think the head coach knew that? But he gets charged for that.
Yeah, it could have been a situation where Mata is lining up for the kick because the coach told him to go ahead and kick the ball, And it could have been a situation where Shador is still on the field arguing for that penalty. Arguing why he didn't get the penalty for the targeting play. So they still had extra men on the field. I guess that's why he said he called the timeout. But I'm like, damn, how come they didn't see Shador laying there and Mata's getting ready to kick? That's crazy.
It just happens, man. Some things happen in life. Unfortunately. But it's our job to make sure they don't. So I'll take responsibility of that. Let's get one more, couple more. Cause you guys, I'm waiting on you. Come on. You're gonna be quiet the whole time. What's wrong with you? You all right today?
You know, it's a little bit of I guess I'm a little quiet today. I guess I'm a little tired today, but here I am. So I guess I'm kind of wondering what your mood is just right now.
My mood is always good.
I know your mood's always good, but you know, you are.
Yeah, the thing is, it's on the refs at that point, because if somebody is laying out on the ground in distress, they would stop the clock. You know how when somebody is down after a play and the clock is going, but then you see a guy is like holding his knee or something, the ref will blow the whistle for somebody to come out and attend to him. And then once he's off the field, the clock go back to going again. I don't know how Shador was on. I thought he got up after that play. Or maybe he did lay there for a minute. Maybe he did, but I know he might have been complaining though that he got hit upside the head. I know he might have been complaining about it. Maybe he was slow to get off the field because he was contesting that hit upside his head. But I thought he was off the field at that point though. I'm not sure. I gotta look at it again.
You are in this slump right now, and you've never experienced this before.
I'm in a winning slump. I'm not in a life slump.
That's right, but that's
so
what.
you gotta balance the two now.
Yeah.
So I rock steady. So life, losses, life. Like I'm balanced.
So you were talking about how impressed you were with the way that Shador is handling this
Yes.
right now, because he's never dealt with losses. You've never dealt with losses. So how are you handling it, just emotionally, both as a coach and kind of how are you helping your own family through this?
Well, my family don't really care about a lot of things in life. They make sure that as long as they're paying the bills, they straight. Okay, let's get that right. Now, my mama tell you that off the rip. As long as the lights working, you know, when she hit the switch, the lights come on. All right, when she flush the toilet, water moves. So she is straight. My family is good. I'm good. And, you know, I love to win. You know, my cologne is called Win and all that. I love that.
Okay.
But we're going through a patch right now that we're learning how to. And as long as there's progress, I'm good. And every week I see progression. Give me the word? Progress. I said it right. Every week I see progress, and I'm ecstatic about that because when I'm looking at, okay, Shador's only touched one time, maybe 3 sacks. Okay, now I think that's pretty darn good based on the last 3 weeks ago. I think that's pretty darn good. The offense scoring, I think that's pretty darn good. Defense, we got to step it back up because it was great last week, horrible, you know, against the run this past week. We got to do it a little better. Special teams, same thing. I mean, shoot, we just said he's doing a wonderful job. Mark is doing a wonderful job kicking the darn ball. And Mata finally, you know, he missed before, but there's a snap problem with that one. It took his eye level off. But man, I'm happy that this team not giving up or quit. And the fan base is still rocking steady in there, packing the house. I am ecstatic about that. I really am.
I know coach like, let me please get me the hell out of here, man. I got one more year of this shit. I'm too old for this. I know coach like, I'm too old for this shit, Shador. I'm too old for this. That's what I'd be like. I'm too old for this, man. I don't want to be sitting up here talking to these folks. I don't want to be sitting here talking to them, man. But we got to do this one more year. Let me leave Prime alone.
Your team would be with 2 games
No,
in the season?
definitely not. Imagine we would be much better. But as long as we're progressing, I'm happy with it. My expectations are my expectations. You gotta understand that. My expectations are gonna always.
You said, do I think that Coach iced on his kicker unintentionally? He didn't do it intentionally. It was just that the time was dwindling down, so he had to do something because Mata is still lining up for the kick, and apparently Shador hadn't got off the field yet. He was still contesting the hit on his head. So they had to get him off the field. It was just so much going on. He called the timeout. I understand why he called it now. I understand it. So unintentionally, he iced the kicker. It was unintentional. He didn't intentionally, because I thought the other ref called the timeout. And then I saw that Colorado called the timeout, but he didn't do it intentionally, though.
Exceed their expectations and your expectations. I'm going to always exceed that.
Good morning, Coach Prime. Mike Lyle, KUNC Radio. How you doing, brother?
How you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. What's your preparation or thought process going into this game with Washington State?
Well, we got to take care of the little things. Let's get started with tackling. We got to start tackling better. We got to block better. We got to run the football better. We got to make the plays that we need to make, the third down plays offensively, the third down plays defensively. We got to take advantage of situational football as well. And we just got to be wise. We got to be wise out there on the field and not beat ourselves with foolish penalties at the most opportune times. We really do. And that's something we're challenging our team to do. And I feel like they're going to respond. We good? Last one?
Last one, Jimmy. Go ahead.
Sports.
Gotcha.
Colorado's notoriously kind of struggled scoring in Washington State. What makes Washington State?
I wasn't there. I wasn't there. In the notorious, or whatever you talk about, I wasn't there then. That's all BP. That's before Coach Brown. All right? Yeah. I don't know nothing about that. Let's deal with the now. Let's deal with moving on from now. That's what I want to deal with. Yeah, I don't know about the yesterday or the day before that. I don't know nothing about that. We're new. We got a new team. We got a new bunch of young men, new great group of coaches, a tremendous fan base, and they're steady growing day after day after day after day. Hey, I appreciate you all.
Thanks,
God
Coach.
bless you. I hope some of you grab a Coke and meet us there.
Yeah, so that was his press conference. But yeah, I don't think he intentionally iced the kicker, but it happened. But oh well, you know, it's neither here nor there. But I know it was something about the time still running out. And then they was getting ready to have, you know, extra man on the field because Shador was he was coming off the field. So I guess they had to call a timeout. Yeah, they do ask the questions is something else. I don't even think they were feeling it, the questions at this time. They were late getting out on the field. Yeah, it was just a lot going on. So he had to call a timeout because he would have the time would have ran out. So he had, like, at that point, he had to call a timeout so they can get it together. But yeah, he didn't like do it on like, oh, I'm gonna ice the kicker. Nah, crazy, man. Yeah, they said they weren't clear if they were gonna go for the first down or not. Right, that could have been it as well. So they need to call a timeout on it. Are we going to go for this extra point, or are we going to let Mata kick it? Because they only needed 1 yard, right? Shoot, at that point, shoot, you got Bishop Thomas, you got Savion Wilkerson, you had them pound it in to get that yard. Or have Shador sneak it or whatever to get that yard, or just have your big back or get that yard. I think they should have went for it on that. But you know, it's neither here nor there now. They can learn from that situation and move on. But yeah, that was a crazy chain of events. But it is what it is now. They learn from it. I guarantee they probably won't make the same mistake this game. That's not going to happen. But neither here nor there now, man. That was a hilarious press conference, man. He was like, I wish y'all would ask him other questions, but you guys miss it. I wish you would ask him, but I love how he's doing. And then the guy was waiting for him. He's like, okay, Prime, I got you. Well, give us a list next time then. So maybe we'll answer him. We'll ask him. Oh, that was a clap back. That was crazy. Oh, they needed 7 yards? No, I think they needed 1 yard, though, on that. That wasn't 7 yards. Yeah, if it's 7 yards, they're going to kick it. You said they're kissing it. No, they weren't kissing his ass on that. That was a clapback. He said, well, maybe you got to hear how he said it. He said, maybe just if you give us a list next time, maybe we'll ask him. But anyway, let me just go on to my question. Yeah, he was clapping back at him on that one. You said Mata had the distance. Yeah, the distance was there on that kick. You said that reporter would not be there next week. You said that reporter was ready. The reporter had time for Coach today. He had time for him today. He was like, "Nah, I'm not letting it go down." That was hilarious. You said the reporter won't be back. That's a shame if he won't be back. You gotta let people go at him sometime. It's all good. Because Prime will go back at him. You know what I'm saying? He ain't no stranger to the media. But yeah, man, that was something else. But we'll see what happens. They got this game is Friday. So if you guys want to watch the game with me Friday night, I will have the link. You know, y'all know where the at the same channel the last time. So yeah, we'll watch the game over there, and yeah, man. Hopefully y'all be over there. We'll have a nice late night game because that game started at 10:30 Eastern Standard Time, 10:30 p.m. That's crazy. 10:30 p.m. So that's gonna be a late game Friday night. So I'm ready for that one. So check me out over there. And next week is Thanksgiving, huh? I'll be on the road. So I'll be watching their game from I'll be on the road watching their game. So I'll be like from the hotel room or something. We'll see. I'm gonna like get out of town for a couple days for the holidays and whatnot. I'm not doing no Black Friday shopping. I just do everything online. But that's what I plan to do. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to this game. Washington State. I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be a good game. I think the team, they did okay the last game. I just feel like they need to run more and they should be all right. They need this game, though, so they're going to come out really bringing it. Trust me. And Shador is very familiar with Cam Ward because they worked out together in the offseason. They had the same quarterback coach. So that's going to be an exciting game, man. I can't wait for that one. That's on the road, too. They got to win this one. They got to. They ain't no not losing. They got to win this. They got to win this to get to a bowl game. I know what people are saying. They need to win 6 games. They could possibly get in a bowl game with 5 games, believe it or not. But I don't know if he will accept it, but we'll see. You said take a vacation to Pullman, Washington. You said where all the tickets available 65 and up. Nah, I ain't gonna be able to get to Washington. You said the seniors got to show out. Yes, sir. The seniors got to show out because they only got 2 games left. Trust me, they gonna come out bringing it in this game, yo. See, that's what I'm saying. The NCAA and the TV want that money. So all they got to do is win. I could see. Nah, I ain't going to say it. That's conspiracy talk. Do Washington need this game to get in a bowl game? Anybody know? And Utah don't need it. Yeah. Anyway, I don't want to get into all that because now that's going down another rabbit hole. Look for them to win these games, man. They gotta win. They gotta get to a bowl because all the money is there. They the biggest show in town. Okay. Look at all the ticket sales and the money that's going to be generated from them going to a bowl game. I'm going to be like, hey, listen, Cam Ward, I got $200,000 for you. You know what I'm saying? Act like you can't throw. Let me stop, man. Let me stop. Let me stop. You said, yeah. Oh, they got the same, yeah. So they both gonna be gunning for it. It's gonna be a good game. This is a game that they can win, man. I'm telling you, they're gonna win this game. Period. Point blank. Period. Yeah, they got the most views. They got the most views everywhere. So it benefits them to go to a bowl game. Like, look, I'd like Coach Prime, I understand y'all ain't get the 6 games, but you did get the 5. How about you come to this bowl game? Wait a minute. We eligible? Yeah, you eligible. Yeah, you eligible. I don't know how it happened, but you eligible. You won the 5. Come on to this bowl game. Tickets gonna be crazy. It's gonna be sold out. Everybody gonna be watching it. Yeah, they gotta get this game, man. Yeah, come on to the Peach Bowl. You see what I'm saying? We gonna make some money. But yeah, they gotta win this game, man. Or they can call Utah. Utah, listen, you don't need this game. Y'all going to a bowl game. Okay, you don't need this game. Act like your quarterback can't throw, man. I got 200K for him, you know what I'm saying, in the coffers. You understand? I got 200K for him in the coffers. Come on, man. Y'all ain't winning this game, man. Colorado, Coach Prime is the biggest thing. They generate the tickets, fam. They generate the tickets and the money. I'm telling you, it's all about money in this world, yo. Things can happen. I pull a Branch Rickey on him. Not Branch Rickey. What's his name? I pull a Arnold Rothstein. Let me stop. I ain't gonna go there. If y'all know about Arnold Rothstein, I pull a Arnold Rothstein on him. Like, listen, this guy, he's the biggest ticket. We need him in a bowl game. Yeah, but he got to win 2 games. I know he got to win 2 games. Act like your quarterback can't throw, man. You understand me? Act like he can't throw, man. Act like, you hear me, Big Worm? Act like, Big Worm, I need you to talk to your quarterback, man. Like, what are you talking about, Max? How Big Worm, like, how can this benefit us? I got 200K in the coffers. You understand? Okay. I'm going to wire it to you on the hands-free. I'm going to wire it to you. Okay, we need this game, man. Do Coach Prime? No, Coach Prime don't know about it. He don't know we fixing this. I'm Arnold Rothstein right now. I'm putting in the fix. Let me stop, man. Let me stop. They got to go to a bowl game, yo. They winning this game, yo. They winning it. They're winning this game. That's it. And they're going to win the last game, too. Period. That's what's happening. Look, you said 200, more like 500K. I'm like, listen, okay. I know your kids got to eat. Okay. We gonna work out. The money is coming. Okay. All right. The money is coming. I know you got 100 yards a game rushing running back. Well, this game he rushing for 30. You understand what I'm saying to you? And we're gonna put about 50, 75K in his pocket. And that's it. That's it. And we're gonna get the Buffaloes into a bowl game so we can rack up them ticket sales. Listen, ticket sales for their games is more than some NFL games right now, man. The money makes sense. Dollars make sense here. Cents make dollars. We need him in a damn bowl game. Period. All right, because these coaches over there tripping. They don't even like to run the damn ball, so we got to help them. Let me stop, man. Let me stop. They over there trying to figure out where they want to keep running this ball. Listen, just let Shador pass the damn ball. I don't want you sacking him. All right, who is your 2 main defensive linemen? Okay, him and the Samoan dude. Okay. I got about 50 in their account, too, for them not to sack him. Because you know he going to try to throw this damn ball for 95% of the time. Here's 50,000 put in your pocket. Okay? Do not sack him not one time. Period. And that's it. I fixed it. So we go into a bowl game. I don't care what y'all say. People say, Max, y'all ain't going to it. But yeah, we are. We going to a bowl game this year with 5 wins, man. We going to a bowl game. And I'm gonna hit up Utah as well. to make sure that they forgot how to play too, because they don't need this game to get in a bowl game. Because let me see what Utah record is, man. This is bullshit. Let me see what their record is. They need to rest their players. Let's see what their record is, man. Let's see what their. Where is Utah? Where is it? Where's Utah at? Utah. They 7-3 overall. Yeah, man. Y'all don't need this last game, man. Y'all 7-3 overall. Act like y'all can't rush the quarterback. I don't want y'all rushing the quarterback. Let Shador get that damn ball off, yo. Nah, Max, we not trying to let him wig out on us. I'm not saying he gonna wig out on you. Don't sack him. You understand? I be on the phone, like, don't sack him. Nah, man, we not going out like that, Holmes. He not trying to throw 400 or 500 yards on us, and then he doing all this. Listen, I'll talk to Shador. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna talk to Shador. I'm gonna get on the phone. Shador, how you doing? What's up, dog? Don't do the watch shit in this game. What are you talking about, man? If we win, I'm gonna don't do the watch thing, man. I'm working this shit out. They don't want you to do the watch thing. Just show them up. They're gonna let you get this game. You feel me? What you mean let us get the game? Don't worry about it. Don't worry, just play your game. Don't play your game. That's it. Who else I need to call? Who else I need to call to prepare? That's it. And they go into a bowl game, man. They go into a bowl game. They got to go to a bowl game because all of their games sold out. Dude, I could have got Jets tickets for $55. Okay? You mean to tell me I can get Jets tickets for $55 and I can't get no tickets here? Them tickets are 100 and some a piece. So imagine if they go to a bowl game, how much the tickets gonna be, how much money gonna be at that gate. So you gotta think about the money at the gate too. So if I gotta grease the players' pockets, I'm gonna make that money back at the gate. You see what I'm saying? Because you gotta grease the players' pockets. Because Utah, they're like, nah, we're gonna go out and play Utah football. No, you're not. Nuh-uh. You're not gonna play Utah football. We gotta get the good coach into the bowl game. And that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna fix this thing. That's what I couldn't be in charge, yo. They're like, damn, Max, how did they get to the Sugar Bowl? Don't worry about it. They're in the Sugar Bowl, yo. Don't worry about how they got here. Money talks, bullshit walks. Remember that, y'all. Well, you said the Peach Bowl. Yeah, don't worry about how they got to the Peach Bowl. But any way you look at it, they playing after New Year's, if it's up to me. That's it. Oh, you said the parking ticket. Yeah, that's just what's going on with them parking tickets? How did his Rolls Royce? You know they hating, yo. They boot his Rolls Royce. Oh hell no! You don't touch my Rolls Royce. They sat up there and booted a Rolls Royce. They booted the roll. How did Rolls Royce get booted, man? And they booted somebody else's car too. I think it was who Corvette got booted? It was a Corvette or something like that got booted. Was it Bucky's? Somebody got booted. You said I couldn't get a CU versus ASU ticket less than 150. That's what I'm talking about. Look, I could have got you Jets tickets for that much. I could have got you some Jets tickets with good view of the Jets right there for $150. Oh, they booted Bucky's car? Weaver? Don't Weaver got a Corvette? I think Weaver got a Corvette. Yeah, it was Weaver's car. It wasn't Bucky's. I know it wasn't. This car, this is a different color than Bucky's on Corvette. That was Weaver's car. He got a Corvette. But the thing is, that means they're not paying the fines, right? Whatever. Yeah, y'all just pay them fines, man. I mean, damn, you can't get the quarterback some special treatment? What type of university is that? That's your quarterback. That's Xavier Weaver. You can't get him special treatment? Shit, I'm like, Shador, Park. I'm like, look here. If I was the head of that university, I'm like, Shador, don't worry about it. I know they don't boot at you. They don't boot at your Rolls Royce. Here, park on the sidewalk near the entrance. That's where he parking at. If it was up to me, he the quarterback. Listen, there should not be a situation where they getting they even ticketed Coach Prime car, yo. Boy, they don't give a damn up there, do they? Bruh, I'm like, listen, that's what I was like, yeah, indoor facility. I said, Shador, listen, you coming back next year, right? Yeah, I'm coming back. Okay, look, you coming back. This is where you parking at. Oh, no, I don't need to park. No, you parking near the door. You parking, we're going to have guards guarding your car, courtesy of me, to when you get out. See, that's how I do it. You got to give people special treatment. How are you putting a boot on the quarterback's car, yo? You know that's his car. What other student can afford a Rolls Royce? Except, there's some students there I'm pretty sure could. But who else car you think that? That's Shador's car, man. Now, wherever they would go out to practice at, come on, just drive your car up there, Shador. Don't even worry about it. You know what I mean? Don't even worry about it. They don't have like parking. They can't pay for parking for the semester or something. Like, what's the problem? Why they keep getting tickets? You said it's minimum wage workers doing it, flexing the little power they have. Nah, no, that's not it. When you owe a certain amount in tickets, they boot your car. So that can easily be fixed. Whoever the president is, Coach Prime needed to like, look, dog. If I'm like, look here, you put a boot on a Rolls Royce. Yeah, Prime, there's nothing we can do about it. Haha. No. Oh, it's something I can do about it. Hey, Travis, I'm like, look, Travis, you need to get a little bigger, right? Like, what are you talking about, Coach? You gonna sit out a year? Listen, he about to sit. Y'all keep messing with me. He gonna sit out a year. And Shador, you going to the NFL in 27. Shiloh, you can go now. We going somewhere else. God damn it, we going to Florida State. Y'all keep playing with me. And I'll grease the NCAA pockets so they can approve their transfer. We'll have to grease some pockets because y'all ain't gonna be sitting up here booting my car. Y'all not gonna be sitting up here booting my car, man. Okay? All this money we generated for the university and you gonna sit up here and boot my Rolls Royce? Oh no, we leaving, yo. Y'all keep messing around. Y'all keep messing around. We don't generate hundreds of $millions in merch sales, ticket sales, TV appearances. We go into the Big 12 and you're going to sit up here and keep putting parking tickets on my car. Y'all think this shit funny. So this is what we going to do. This is what we going to do. I told you already, Travis, you need to gain weight. So you messing around, you ain't gaining weight. So you going to sit out a year. Unless I can grease their pocket. Coach, what do you mean I got to sit out of here? You leaving with me. Kermani, you pack your bags, goddammit. We're going to Texas A&M. Y'all keep messing with me. Y'all keep messing with me. I don't want no more boots on these kids' cars. Okay, Coach, but we got to treat them like everybody else. No, they're not like everybody else because we don't got all this money for your damn university. You see y'all getting ready to get a big television in the stadium. Who you think that came from? Stop booting our cars. Yeah, they being petty, man. We're just, Mr. Rolls Royce. We're just gonna put a boot in your car. Ha 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 ha. We're just gonna put a boot. My ass. You gonna put a boot on my car, my ass. This is what we gonna do. Hey, Texas A&M, how you doing? Hey, you think you can contact the NCAA to get a conditional waiver so my kids can transfer? Oh, you really want? Yeah, all that shit, everything. We coming, baby. But you think we could do that? You know they beef with Tyler last year. Okay, yeah, we'll work that shit out. All right, cool. Yeah, y'all keep playing with me. Keep playing with me. We going our way to Texas A&M. Keep playing with me. Yeah, the merch sales up 400%. They made money hand over fist. We need to park for free. You mean to tell me the head coach even got a ticket, man? All that money that he don't generate for the university, he needs to park for free. That's it. Maybe he won't make these damn crazy ass timeouts. He worried about his Ferrari outside. Shit, I'd be timeout. It'd be in the back of my head. I don't want them boot my Ferrari. So go ahead and let us park for free, yo. That's it. We parking for free. That's it. Ain't no other. Actually, the girls basketball are pretty good. They beat LSU, so they finna make some money too. That money coming their way now. They don't beat that team is really good for them to beat LSU like that. That team really good. So we're parking for free. And matter of fact, the girls park for free too. How about that? So you gotta flex your weight, Prime. Listen, the girl. What do you mean? What they gotta do with you? Didn't they beat LSU? Yeah, they did. Well, they parked for free too, and we parked for free. All of us. That's it. Sitting up here giving these old raggedy ass tickets, thinking it's funny. That's not funny though. They sat up there and booted the man's Rolls Royce. That's not funny. I didn't think that was funny at all. I didn't think that was funny. You know what I'm saying? They just up there trying to flex on them. Like, who do they think they are? You know, some bougie. I'm going to be bougie and go to Texas A&M. Y'all keep messing with me. The Travis need to get about 10, 20 pounds, so he going to sit out a year. Y'all keep messing with me. I'm taking my show on the road and my boys with me. Kamani leaving too. That's right. No, that's not funny. Sitting up there booting somebody's Rolls Royce. How much that Rolls Royce cost? Anybody know? Was it about $200,000-300,000? You are not booting my $200,000 or $300,000 car. You're not doing it. I'm sitting up here making all this money, and y'all got that old and we getting ready to place that raggedy ass jumbo screen, and because of us, now we getting a nice jumbo screen, and y'all gonna sit up here and give me this raggedy ass ticket. They need to be ashamed of themselves. I just want to say that to the university. Y'all need to be ashamed of y'all selves for sitting up here giving this boy this ticket. You said it's hilarious that we're even talking about this bull jump. Yeah, we shouldn't be talking about this bull jump, but I had to address it because they sitting up here giving out these raggedy ass tickets. They know that them tickets belong to them. Like, they can't wait to give them that ticket too. Okay, they went in practice. They're not supposed to be parked there. Yeah, we just gonna put a ticket on it. And now they getting beside themselves. Put a boot on that damn Rolls Royce. What if they scratched it? It's crazy, man. You said own a Rolls Royce, but can't afford the parking pass. He don't need to pay one. He don't need to pay for nothing. He don't need to pay for no parking pass. They don't make all that money for that university. They need to park for free. That's it. And that's courtesy of me. I just wanted to say that. They need to park for free. That's right. I said it. Yeah, it's inconvenience. Shit, if leave it up to me, I'll have special parking for them. Like, y'all gonna park right by the door. Y'all gonna park right by the door. But that's okay though, because he leaving. You know what they probably thinking in the back of their head? He leaving after doing them leave. I know they thinking that he leaving anyway. We gonna get all we can out because he leaving anyway. That's probably what they think. He gonna leave anyway. We try to give him an extension, talking about he ain't want it. Now you know, I ain't say that happened, but imagine say Prime, listen, we're gonna offer you $8 million a year for the next 7 years. And he'd be like, no, I need to think about it. Yeah, he leaving. You said, I'm sorry, don't they have NIL money? for the O-line because you need to use the money for parking pad. I don't care. Listen, they need a park. They don't need no parking pad. They need a park for free. That's it. I said it. Park for free. I might have to write the university. What y'all doing? Giving these kids tickets like this. They like, I'm sorry, who are you? I'm Maxwell V1 to the third. And pleased to meet you. Don't give these kids no tickets, man. No, them tickets ain't chump change when they putting boots on your $400,000 Rolls Royce. They might have scratched his rims. I remember somebody tried to boot my car one time. It was hilarious because they had the wrong car. And the guy said, I'm sorry, I do need to, I'm sorry. I said, you put that boot on your car, I'm going to jail tonight. Go ahead, put the boot on the car. I'm going to jail tonight because I ain't wrapped tight. I ain't had my medicine either. I said, I ain't take my medicine in 2-3 days. You put that boot on my car. I said, because first of all, I ain't get no parking tickets. And I bet you he gonna sit here and be like, you threatening me? I ain't had my medicine in about 2 or 3 days. Leave that boot alone. Yeah, man. Gonna sit up here and try to put that raggedy ass boot on my car. And I didn't even own a ticket. I ain't even have a ticket. He had the wrong car. There was another car that looked like mine. And I'm glad my friend told me. She said, yo, they about to boot your car. He had his dirty hands on my car. I had just wax and everything. And he putting his dirty hands on my car. And I just waxed it. And he gonna sit up here talking about, and then he looked at the lights. Oh, I'm sorry, I had the wrong car. I said, now you got your dirty handprints all on my car. And he gonna sit here with his dirty rag trying to wipe it. I was like, don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. I said, leave my car. You should have saw me. I had to come right over there. Leave my car alone. Like, what are you doing? Yeah, they'll boot your car, man. They got a real bad problem with that in the Atlanta area. They have a really bad problem with that. And I have to go out there. I have a show to do in Atlanta. Look at me. I'm sounding all important and shit. I got a show to do, right? But let me tell you, I'm going out there for a court case. You hear how I said it? I got a show to do and shit like I'm important. But anyway, I'm going out in Atlanta in February. So look at me. I'm slated to be out there for 4 days. So I'm going to be out there for 4 days. But the problem is you got to be careful out there because they boot happy out there. So I got to be careful. I probably get an Uber to court. I probably get an Uber because I'm not trying to get Scarlet with a boot on her. I call my car Scarlet. But anyway, I don't talk long enough. Let me get up out of here. I will see y'all on game day. And if you need me to call the university for you, like, yeah, I'm working for Coach Prime. We need to get this boot situation straight. Well, who are you? I'm Maxwell V1 to the third. No relation to Stevie. We need to get this boot situation straight. Okay, because you sitting up here putting raggedy ass boots on a $400,000 or $500,000 car. Y'all crazy. Well, they need parking. We don't need parking passes. We're the football team. And in the ladies basketball team, they don't need them either because they beat LSU. So from now on, we park for free wherever we want to park. Okay, and give us some decals. We'll put decals in our car so you know it's ours. Okay, we park wherever we want in this university. Well, I'm sorry, we can't do that. Well, you saw what's his name just left LSU, just left Texas A&M, right? So what are you trying to say? We about to leave, then. We about to leave. That's what I'm telling you. So that's what I'll do. Guys, have a good night. I know y'all like this guy ain't rap tight, but it is what it is. You know, sometime in the world, this crazy ass world, you need something to laugh at. You need something. You said, man, Mac Pride? Why are you saying that? You said one win in the conference don't get you free parking. Yes, it do. It don't matter how many wins they got. Look at all the money they generated. They about to get a new jumbo stream with all the money they generated. Yeah, I'm the new sheriff in town, Ryan. Yeah, we don't pay for parking here. I just want to be 100 with you. I'm just gonna come be out straight with you. Let's cut to the chase here. We don't pay for no parking nowhere because we got to worry about the kid's security. You know, he is Shador Sanders. He just can't walk everywhere. Okay, so that means he can't just park everywhere either. So everything is free now. That's it. You said the tickets is donated to the NIL Foundation. No. They don't need to donate nothing. They don't donate nothing. It's free now. That's right. Watch, you'll see. Somebody from Coach Prime, they're going to have to reach out to the school like, yo, y'all tripping now. So that boy don't pay $400,000 or $500,000 for that car. And y'all don't put that dirt. You see how dirty that boot was? Oh, raggedy ass boot. But anyway, that's how I think. Let me get up out of here. It's late. 12:22. I need to be in the bed. Y'all have a good one. I will see y'all during game time. After game time. All right, y'all. Well, I will be streaming the game on the other channel. So stop by. All right, y'all.